Welcome back to OVN. It's December 10th, 2020. It is Thursday, so we have a new TWAB. Let's get right into it. This week at Bungie, Hawkmoon, Next Gen, and The Dawning. Oh my. Okay, it's been another action-packed week with updates to the game and news about the future, so let's just get into it. We started off Tuesday with an early morning dev update on the state of rewards in the game. If you haven't seen or read that, definitely go back and take a look. I did a video on it. I'll leave a link in the description. We wanted to share some of the plans to improve rewards as well as a few other exciting things coming up. The whole update is definitely worth the read, but here's some bullet points. In Season 13, we've added 6 new legendary weapons to ritual activities, 2 for Strikes, Gambit, and Crucible. In addition to the weapons above, Nightfall Strikes are getting 3 unique weapons, the Palindrome, the Swarm, and Shadow Price, all making their Destiny 2 debuts. If you're brave enough to take on Grandmaster Nightfalls, you'll also be able to earn Adept versions of those weapons. So those are 3 Destiny 1 favorites. If you didn't play Destiny 1, you're going to like pretty much all 3 of those. Transmog will be coming in Season 14, more details to come. DDoS protection for Destiny 2 players on all consoles will be coming in Season 13. A lot of content creators are talking about running trials only on console, the next gen console, so that is definitely worth looking into. The Vault of Glass raids return in Year 4. Crossplay's coming in 2021. 2 Strikes, The Fallen Saber, and Devil's Lair are coming to Destiny 2 in Season 13. Legendary Master Lost Sector rotation will be expanded to include the Lost Sectors on the Moon in Season 13, and there will be 3 new pieces of exotic armor to chase. I kind of have mixed feelings about this. Those Lost Sectors on the Moon are extremely long, so to go try to grind those is going to take a lot longer than the ones that we've seen already introduced in the game. So that is a little bit of a mixed bag for me. That very same day, Update 3.0.1 went live with several important fixes as well as next-gen enhancements for consoles, so you can experience the beauty of Destiny 2 with more frames and more FOV. We wrote up an article that covers these new enhancements in detail, as well as the new ability to pick up bounties from the companion app and the return of the Prophecy Dungeon. So we talked about this stuff in other videos, but console players, next gen, you got the upgrade that you were looking for. Definitely nothing but positive reviews coming out of that end. This week also saw the return of Hawkmoon, the highly sought after exotic hand cannon, making its debut into Destiny 2 with a reworked perk that no longer relies on RNG but still packs a punch. Season Pass owners can now visit Spider to set off the quest to claim their Hawkmoon. And there's a trailer there if you'd like to see that. You can go to the TWAB and click it and view it. Also, another trailer here is The Dawning. So The Dawning's coming very soon. This very merry morning, we shared a peek at this year's Dawning event. It kicks off next week. I'm going to run this trailer at the end of this video, so if you'd like to see it, you can stay to the end of my video, or just go to Bungie.net and click on it and view it for yourself. Eva Levante is coming to town. She has new cookie recipes and new gifts for all the good Guardians, even if they did adopt darkness powers. But I digress. Check out our Dawning page for a quick look at what the event has to offer this year. The tower is going to be all dressed up again, and we're putting the Griswold touch on the decorations. Everyone knows the best gifts vaporize your enemies. Glacioclasm is a new legendary fusion rifle being introduced during this event with random rows available so you can see which one is special. Plus, Glacioclasm is just fun to say. It's hard to say too. Try saying this without smiling, I dare you. You know, you got me, Bungie. So, a little kind of mixed on this too. Fusion rifles and PvE are kind of a meme. So maybe this will have PvP consequences. We'll just have to wait and see how it performs out in the wild. As you're flying around delivering baked goods, you will need a new ship to spread cheer and style. Eva has a new exotic ship that you'll be able to upgrade throughout the event to change its look. You'll be able to customize the engine streams, different spawn effects, and unlock a new animated shader unique to the ship. So usually we get a Sparrow. This year we get a ship, and it will upgrade as we bake more cookies and make more deliveries. Eva has also set up fun new celebration for this year's Dawning that involves even more gifts for you. As the community generates Dawning spirit by completing activities, you'll be able to progress a special community pursuit with your cookie skills and then find new gifts waiting for you under the tree. The big glowy one, you can't miss it. We don't want to spoil all the surprises, but you'll find some upgrade materials in these gifts. There will also be some fun stuff at the Eververse store as well. All the new items added to the store will be available at some point for Bright Dust, with the exception of the Glee Barrage and the Merrymaker weapon ornaments and Happy Trails finisher, which will be available for silver only. Here's a preview of a few of the Sparrows, Ghost Shells, and a ship that will surely get you in the spirit. Interesting Sparrows there. fun looking new ghost shells. That is hilarious. And there's the ship. Super Smash Warlock Melee. Shortly after launch, we put a hotfix to reel in stasis a bit, but when we made these changes, we wanted them to have as much efficacy as possible. That meant using broad strokes to cover a lot of ground. This let us hitting penumbral blast range harder than many players felt was necessary. Upon review and hearing the feedback, we felt that while penumbral blast range needed to come in, there's room to push it back out and have it feel more confident when hitting targets at range. So if you haven't used the Warlock stasis ability and you're trying to hit an enemy, there's so many times you'd just whiff or it'd come up short. So definitely this hotfix should help with those problems. Penumbral blast, projected range increased by 37%. Minimum distance to cast range melee reduced by 32%. This allows you to throw the range melee closer to targets. So sounds like they decided, like they said, with broad strokes, went a little too far, so they're going to reel it back in a little bit. So that's a good deal. $1 million. So Bungie Games to Give, the Lightkeepers project that they're doing, was really cool. They did some fantastic work here, raising money for sick kids all across the country. If you haven't donated, there is a link there that you can do so. It's just fantastic. I believe Sunday is when this ends, so you can get yourself an emblem and a ghost shell if you do $25 or $50. They're doing ones that were available last year, and then the ones that are available this year as well if you do the 50 donations. So, spreading updates here, we had another deployment this week, which means our player support specialists were watching closely and tracking any issues that popped up. Here's the report: connection and server issues. So the bee, centipede, chicken, all those errors. I can't tell you how frustrated I was at launch of the Hawkmoon. I just wanted to get in and get it, and I was stuck for about 2.5 hours just getting errored out of the game constantly. It was super annoying. I've since easily got my Hawkmoon, not getting kicked from the game, so hopefully all those have subsided for you as well. Trials of Osiris reward schedule. Trials of Osiris is expected to return on December 18th. Due to the delay of launching Trials, a few changes were made to the reward schedule. During the first 4 weeks, the Flawless chest will drop an Adept weapon. The 5th week will drop an armor piece, with subsequent weeks switching the rewards back and forth between Adept weapons and armor as previously mentioned here. Adept weapons will drop each week. Adept weapon mods will drop each week. PS4 friends list update. So they were having a problem with more than 100 friends on the roster. They've resolved the issue. Be fixed on the December 14th hotfix 3.0.1.2. Xbox Series XS freezing issues. While unlikely, it's possible Destiny 2 may freeze up when signing out of Xbox Live Profile while inside the game. We recommend quitting out of the Destiny 2 app first before signing out. If the game does freeze, players can press the Xbox guide button on the controller, select Destiny 2, then select quit. All those issues will be fixed, hopefully, with the update on December 14th. Vesper of Radius update. Last Friday, they disabled Vesper of Radius due to it being possible to cast a Rift while falling off a ledge, which, when combined with Stasis, could result in a quick lethal combo to opposing players in the Crucible. I didn't see this, but it sounds fantastic. Rift energy wasn't being used, so it was possible to repeat this again right after execution. It's going to be fixed on December 17th, and you can get your Vesper of Radius back equipped. Not knowing too many people who actually use it, but that is too funny. Spoils of Conquest. We're investigating an issue where players can put their Spoils of Conquest raid currency in their vault, resulting in it disappearing. While we continue our investigation, you should refrain from putting Spoils of Conquest in your vault. Next gen updates. Xbox XS, PlayStation 5 players who are migrating from Xbox One to PlayStation 4 will need to re-download the full version of Destiny 2 to get all the benefits of the next gen. We talked about that in a separate video. So here's some known issues. We're investigating reports that cross-gen matchmaking sometimes doesn't work. FPS issues on PC. I've heard a lot about this. I just haven't had too many issues where I felt like my frames were dropping, but they're looking into that a little closer. PlayStation Remote Play reverts controller remapping and may not function at all. Deafening Whisper does not trigger the Abyssal Extractors perk on Nezarek's Sin Exotic Helmet. Nezarek's Sin Exotic Helmet no longer triggers for 5 seconds after the second kill, and all buffs are now 2.5 seconds. This is intentional, but we failed to call it out in the patch for the update 3.001. The original functionality was a bug that applied 2.5 seconds twice for each subsequent kill. So sounds like they meant to do that. They just forgot to tell us about it. Necrotic Grip doesn't give melee energy on corrupted combatant kills. This is intentional, and the exotic will be updated to remove the text mentioning this. Necrotic Grip doesn't poison combatants when a ranged melee attack breaks their shield from full. Honed for speed and Ascendant champion triumphs don't unlock when completing the Keep of Honed Edges Ascendant challenge. Toland doesn't appear in the Shattered Runes Ascendant challenge. Surrounded perk buff does not linger when using Surrounded spec mod. That's a problem. True Prophecy has been removed from World Loot Pool. This is intentional. The Shotgun Dexterity Arm mod shown in Legs category in collections. The Line in the Sand weapon model has random protrusion when held. The Unrelenting weapon perk isn't functional. Lost Lament quests sometimes need to be abandoned and reacquired to continue. Thunderlord is missing its scope. The Ahamkara bones may not spawn in the Agonarch Abyss Ascendant challenge. There's a full list. If you want to go to Bungie.net, you can see that. And if you have any of those issues, make sure you report them to Bungie. Here's our movies of the week. Check those out if you'd like. The Artist of the Week, always a fan of this section of the TWAB. That is a really cool painting of the crow. Good stuff. Yin and Yang. If you'd like to get in on those, there's links within Bungie.net where you can go in and you can submit your movie and or art. This is going to be the last TWAB of the year. Don't worry, we're not all going on a big hiatus at once. We'll still be around. This is the time of the year where many of us like to take time away from work to be recharged and enjoy the cold, wet darkness of the Pacific Northwest at home with the fam. I mean, we're at home already, but now we're not talking to our computers all day. We made sure the feedback is still flowing, that you have the latest info on ongoing issues and anything new that pops up. The Dawning isn't the only thing starting next week. We also have raid challenges going live for Deepstone Crypt, so keep an eye out for that. It's been a wild year. It's almost hard to remember what it was like to be in the studio at this point. Depending on how everything shakes out, it'll be nice to get back there sometime next year. Until then, we'll keep plugging away from our offices, living rooms, garages, patios, and other random rooms around our house. We still have a lot of work to do. We shared some of our short-term plans with you this week, and there was a whole lot more coming in 2021 as well. See you next year. This was a big, long one, but it was the last TWAB of the year. We won't hear from these guys again until January. So, if you enjoyed the video, a like and a sub would be very much appreciated. Stay tuned for the Dawning trailer, and we'll catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
A happy dawning to all! Do not let the recent sorrows dim our celebrating. So, let us party all the harder!